This has been, it's called Chiball, and it's been in gestation for about 5 years. Our second president suggested this game. Grew up one set of rules, and then it sort of went by the wayside. And I picked it up about a year ago. Started out square, and Rick Busey suggested this particular layout, which I like. We needed not only a different game, but we also needed something that would lend itself well to demonstration, because we're doing the eye hobby. Okay, so this is built in such a way that supposedly, we have never tried it, from side to side, two parallel sides, happens to be 82 inches, which is just the width of our game table. We use every 6 months or so. So that'll be, we'll see when we get the eye hobby and set up the game table, but this will sit down on the table with the two side rails parallel. If so, it'll just fill. And it was designed that way. So these are made out of 48-inch wide boards, but these have been trimmed to 47, so we get the right dimension across. Okay, most of the contests that can be done in this can be run single robot for demonstration. So at IHOBby we'll want to be doing demonstrations, and this, as Roy said, this is the first one of our contests that actually has object manipulation. It's set up right now with 3 colors. The colors are not what I would have chosen, but it happens to be the colors that practice golf balls come in. And folks decided we didn't want to use ping pong balls. They were too bouncy, and regular golf balls were too heavy. And besides, they're mostly all one color. So we settled on this, and these are very light practice balls. You can feel them later on if you'd like. We haven't done that. Initial game will be very, very simple. We're simply looking for objects. And you'll see that there's a white band around the bottom. This is all prototype work, by the way, so as I've gone along, it's about the 3rd or 4th time I've shown this. First time it wasn't painted. Now we have some additions. On the bottom, you'll see a rail all the way around the bottom. It's a stiffening rail to keep it from bending. The initial one had the sides were very floppy. They're still floppy, but not like they used to be. They don't blow out anymore. They're straight, and they'll stay that way. This was designed for portability, so there are 3 butt hinges and three sets of slip hinges. This thing comes apart. A piece like this folds together, and slip hinges connect, so you've got a 2-layer thing. There are 3 of those, and then there are 3 more. So when you're packing this up, you're dealing with 6 pieces. And it moves along real nice. Anyone that's trying to move our game table, I can tell you it's not like that at all. It's real big and heavy. You know, a kid can carry this whole thing.
It's big that lead.
Yeah, I know. It's really heavy. So this is very light, very portable. And full of mistakes because it's prototype. Keep changing, keep changing, keep changing. Okay, so one of the changes, folks said, well, how are we going to see colored balls against colored walls? And that seemed reasonable, so now you have white on the bottom. And the balls, none of the balls are white. We also have some yellow ones and such. So it'll make it easier to find a ball. And to start with, we don't care about color. The balls are just objects. The early games, when we're starting to get people to build robots, we're only looking for the objects. You don't care what color. Later on, the more advanced games, and I've written about 20 of them for this thing already, the more advanced games require that you recognize ball color and manipulate the balls on the basis of the color. But for the simple game, primarily the deal is there'll be a certain number of balls in set locations. They could be random, but the problem with that is how do you do it fairly? for everybody. So if the balls are set in fixed locations, and by and large, you would put in that corner, or in that corner, but not in the center. And there can be up to 2 in that corner, up to 3 in this corner. So you can have a lot of balls, or very few balls. But for every configuration, for every number of balls, there's a starting configuration. You can put your robot anywhere in the middle, and as a demonstration, the robot just runs around, grabs balls, and throws them either side, and you've got a stopwatch, and you snap it off when it's done. And the fastest robot to do that would win, or just as a demonstration. That could be a contest, or as a demonstration, the robot just finds the balls and tosses them elsewhere. Throwing balls over the outer wall is a penalty, and every time you throw one over, the penalty gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And the reason is, you don't want little kids running around, stepping on these things, twisting an ankle, falling, etc. So for safety, we want them to stay inside the arena. Okay, if you have 2, you can have 2 up to 3 robots at a time. And depending on the level of the game, the initial level of the game is get rid of the balls, but you can have other kinds of games. When you get advanced in terms of manipulation, you see 3 balls, we can give you like 9 and a little triangular thing. Instead of your job now, instead of throwing the balls over the side, is to pick up the balls and stack them into a little pyramid. First of all, just stack, put in 3 in a little triangle, then a bigger triangle, flat. You can make the triangles bigger. It's like on a pool table. But then, now when you fill those, it's stacked higher. So you start with a matrix of 6, and then 3, and then 1. And then to make it more complicated, you give it a whole bunch of balls, and you have to find the right colors, and you put red balls on the bottom, and you put orange balls in the middle, and blue ball on top, or whatever the rule asks for. Okay, so just in terms of manipulation, it can get harder and harder and harder. Yeah?
We go back to your original thing where you said just get rid of the balls. Does that mean you're going to put it in somebody else's?
Somebody else's, yeah, okay. Somebody else's. Right. Get them out of yours, put them in someone else's, and the score depends on how many balls are in there. But that's the simple score.
No, that's fine. Just wanted to understand where it was going.
What?
Just wanted to understand where it was
going.
Yeah,
and there's more difficult scoring that goes along depending on the mix of colors and so forth. You don't have to recognize the colors, but the colors do tell us where the balls came from. Okay, so those are a bunch of things. And then at the last meeting, there were some other suggestions. One of them was, why don't we have a center area too? And the center area can be this way, or it can be a different way, made of 3 boards that look like this, that form a triangle in the center. Right angles to each one of these. This allows you, however, yes, to put a ball in there, and if you put it on your side, you get more points, and if you get it in there, but in one of those other 2 parts, you would get less points. And you could do it the other way, but this is the easiest way. Put it in your own triangle, and you get neutral points.